How do you fix a problem like Call of Duty? After 6 years of unprecedented success, it's still a difficult question to answer, but there is without a shadow of a doubt a significant problem here. Activision has thoroughly enjoyed the spoils of their annualized blockbuster, and deservedly so. Call of Duty 4 shaped the future of every FPS that followed, transforming the console shooter into a fully fledged Hollywood-beating product. They even managed to usurp Halo from the pedestal of online multiplayer popularity. The explosive action-packed campaign was bolstered by umpteen memorable moments, and the addictive and hotly contested multiplayer mode. Perfect symphony of skill and competition that would eventually go on to sell the game by itself. Yes, Call of Duty was a fantastic series, but not anymore. Today, Call of Duty is a stubborn shell of the wondrous warfare gamers once championed. Tossed back and forth between Treyarch and Infinity Ward, each developer taking turns to pull the moth-riddled wool over consumers' eyes yet again, inevitably Call of Duty has finally become threadbare. The fact that Ghosts is posing as a launch title for the next generation of consoles is quite frankly a disgrace. Call of Duty Ghosts is a prime example of why the series has stagnated. There's nothing distinctly new to talk about. No innovation, excitement, or remotely memorable scenes. We've literally done it all before under a different guise. Any fresh ideas that have been added are haphazardly thrown in, almost cynically kneaded into the Call of Duty dough that has been beaten, rolled out, reshaped more times than we care to imagine. The addition of a dog, for example, smacks of sheer desperation and adds nothing to the game. If anything, it serves to highlight just how absurd the series has become, especially when Riley, the canine cover model with a taste for human flesh, is the most emotionally engaging character in Ghost's pitiful plot. You play as Logan, a faceless, voiceless soldier who, unsurprisingly, provokes no lasting memory other than representing the on-screen hands that shoot the weapons and disappear when climbing ladders. He can regenerate his health quicker than X-Men's Wolverine, but he cannot, under any circumstances, open doors unless his squad mates say so. Logan, of course, is not alone. He's joined by his brother David Hesh Walker and a band of other forgettable military troops who joined together to defeat a crazed madman who set his heart on destroying America with a satellite armed to the hilt with nuclear weapons. No, the plot is not half as good as GoldenEye, but at least the Middle East gets a break from playing bad guy for once. What proceeds after the heartwarming introduction of a father telling two grown men a fairy tale that sounds more like the plot for 300 is a topsy-turvy campaign consisting of space warfare, underwater warfare, aerial warfare, and of course on-foot warfare. Sadly, despite one genuinely interesting mission where you cascade down the side of a skyscraper, Call of Duty Ghosts follows the same dreary formula as its predecessors. Every level tends to begin with the same hushed whispers, a couple of choreographed takedowns, until everything suddenly goes to pot and spontaneously explodes on demand, one carefully placed pyrotechnic at a time. The monotonous rhythm of every level is insulting enough, but the familiar grind is harder to bear when you're pitted against Call of Duty's vapid sub-HD visuals and suffocating linearity. There's nowhere to go but forwards as you proceed through whack-a-mole shooting galleries filled with hapless enemies and pesky grenade indicators. It's easier than ever to sabotage the once immersive spell that Infinity Ward cast over players in Ghosts. By running past your teammates during missions, you'll quickly discover the restricted and confined nature that every Call of Duty game imposes. You can't open doors, take the initiative, be spontaneous, or reach certain areas without the help of your AI allies. Online multiplayer is clearly bigger than ever in Ghosts, but it's simply the same yearly scrap reheated. Only purists will appreciate the superficial changes Infinity Ward has made under the hood, but for everyone else, it's the same frenetic Twitch gaming we've come to love, albeit with increasing indifference. That being said, it's still hard to dismiss the game's multiplayer entirely due to its undeniably addictive nature, and is reason alone that many gamers continue to pick up the game. One noteworthy addition to Ghosts multiplayer is Extinction Mode. After Treyarch struck gold with their Zombies mode, it was only a matter of time before Infinity Ward thought of their own team survival offshoot. Extinction is fairly enjoyable. You and 3 other team members attempt to progress through the level by holding off a variety of aliens, upgrading weapons, ammo, and reviving fallen comrades when necessary, all with the aim of getting the best score and as far as physically possible. It's a fun enough side quest, but the slower-paced, panic-inducing zombie mode is still arguably superior. It's impossible to recommend Call of Duty Ghosts to anyone but the most hardened of fans. Even then, we'd be amazed if they didn't let out a sigh of resignation at the sorry state of this once exceptional series. The money may be good for Activision, but Call of Duty Ghosts is a cheap, reconstituted showreel of a game we've all played, and paid for countless times. Surely now, it's time to give up the ghost.